morning. I think. Good morning. It's Friday, April 21st, 2023. My name is Terry Morgan. We're here to practice Wudang Qigong. This morning we're going to work on the advanced sets 10 through 18. I'm going to pay attention to two sets in particular. Dragon and Tiger joined together, and Coiling Snake. And I usually mix these sets a little bit differently, but that's what we're going to work on this morning. And I'm going to talk about why, and we're going to get started. Alright, so why these two sets? One of the things that I had worked on and we've been talking about a little bit in Wudang Dragon Sword is the need to go all the way up and down, that there's extended movement, added some stretches, we're doing some other things in those sessions. And as I was thinking about that practice and what we're doing in these sessions, I realized that the combination of Dragon and Tiger joined together and Coiling Snake, which does go all the way up and down, would be useful practice, particularly for me right now. I also excuse me. I also have, I'm getting a little issue over here. Okay, it's okay now. I also have part of the lesson for today, persistence. I'm checking over here to see. I'm gonna wait for just a second. And in the meantime, the story and the radio show that I'm working on, I spent some time with it. Looks like it's clearing up. Good. I'm going to finish that sentence. I spent some time with the script and what I needed to do for a demo and kind of what needs to be done. And I've taken another look at my approach. I've taken another look at how I'm working with that. In the process of doing that, getting from I've got a script to I've recorded, and it's mostly okay. I'm okay with what I just did. In this case, 2.5 minutes ish. That 2.5 minutes, I spent about 4 hours, give or take, 4 hours, 5 hours, practicing, recording, and listening, and re-recording, and practicing again, and doing it again, and doing it again, and going over and again, until I was satisfied that what I was doing is what I wanted. Yeah, I have a long list of things that go with what I wanted. That internal workmanship that I talked about in this class. Again, I'm going to say this again. I spent, give or take, 4.5 hours on 2 minutes of dialogue that I wrote. I spent 4.5 hours practicing and working on it to get it to where I thought I was okay with it. Not great, okay. that persistence, I said persistence at the beginning, that's what I mean. That persistence to come back again, and again, and again, and again. Now let me try it again, and let me try it again. That is one of the qualities that we want to develop in all of our practice. That it may not be perfect right now. Let me pay attention to what I did. Let me listen to what I did. Let me come back then another time and do it again. Basic stretch. Open the arms, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Hands circle the front. Back around to both sides, up along the center line. And reach up. Reach up and extend out as you reach over. One more time. Yeah. Fingertips reach up, elbows drop down, wrists, hands return to your sides. Drop the shoulders, drop the hip, pull up through the waist, relax. Alright. It occurs to me that sometimes I don't say enough. I'm going to mention this just briefly. The idea of practice and working toward perfection and being persistent and coming back again and again and working on the same thing over and over and over until you get it right, until you're happy with it. Okay. What I was talking about, the recording that I did, that 2.5 minutes, it's okay. I'm not happy with it. There's several things that need to change, and right? I got it, so it's okay. I got it from I've got nothing to okay. That process is something that I can repeat, and it is something that we use in our practice in this class. That analysis, what did I do? How does it work? Did you see what I just did with my toes? How does it work? What should I do? Did you see what I just did with my toes there? Right? And how can I do it better? That effort to make it better is why we practice. I did whatever I did yesterday. I'm going to practice again today. I'm going to be better today. Tomorrow is going to be better than today. Each time we want to build on those things that we want to cultivate, that we want to develop, and that we can continue to develop. We want to recognize those things. Hey, this is not working. I was trying to do some low work. We're going to work on that today. And I was not able to stay there. I was about this close to the ground, so it was not far to fall. Right? I'm seriously, I was this close to the ground, so it's not that far. But, I would rather not do that. How can I fix it? Well, I have to keep trying. I have to be persistent. And I have to look at what I'm doing in practice and work on that as well. So build on what's good, look at what's not, figure out how to correct it. What do I need to do here? Right? And then work on it. Dragon and tiger join together as we turn, as we shift the weight, as we shift the weight. I'm going to turn around and go to the other side. As you shift the weight, turn the toes out. Not, this is 90, no. This is about 45, no. You want to go just maybe 35, just a little bit, so that it's easier to set your balance over your foot, okay? In this case, we have to be, and I'm talking about, I'm going to talk about over and behind, because we're going to be behind in a minute. In this case, we have to be over the foot, because we're going up on the sustaining leg. So if I'm back here, it's going to be a bit of a problem. I can do it, shouldn't, over the foot. Feet about shoulder width apart, stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Relax the breath, relax the shoulders, open the back. Drop the hip, pull up through the spine, through the crown of the head. Relax the breath, the tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth. Breathe in, palms up. And breathe out, press down, center. Breathe in. And breathe out again. Stay in the center. And breathe in. Turn the toes. Shift. Breathe in again. I did not say breathe out, sorry. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Turn the toes. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Bring the toes back. Breathe in. And breathe out. Don't turn too far. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Stay center. Breathe out. And breathe in again. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Stay center. Breathe in. And breathe out. Left side. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Shift. Sink. Breathe in. Extend. Breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Stay centered. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. All right. Relax for just a second. As we're moving, right, we're going to do this again 3 times, okay? as we're moving, this idea of raising and lowering, connecting with the breath, pay attention, feet down here, right? Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Each time as I move, if I don't think about raising through the back as I come up, I get stuck on my leg instead of being suspended over my leg. That makes too much weight on the leg, makes my leg wobble a little bit. And it is something that is very easy to correct. This idea of pulling up through the crown of the head so that the entire spine is well suspended. Not just the head, the whole spine, all of it. Everything hangs from up here. That idea behind what we're doing, to suspend over the leg, not on it. Sustain through the center. As my weight's all on one leg, my center is here or here, right? This is my center on this side, right? Here's a center line. This is my center on this side. Here's the center line. Whichever you're on, hold up under the ribs on both sides and pay special attention to pulling in front of the hip as you go up on the sustaining leg. So whichever side you're on, pay attention. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head, suspend the spine. Pull in and up across the front. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Shift to left. And breathe out. Suspend through the spine. Don't lock the knee. Straighten the leg. Stay centered. Shift. And think about it for a minute. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Hold through the back. Sustain through the leg. Hold the center. And come to center, breathe in. And breathe out. Hands down along both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there, breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Okay. Coiling snake, we want that same idea that we're suspending through the spine. Alright? This time, and I mentioned this at the beginning, this time the hip has to go just behind the heel, not directly over the leg. If you are directly over your leg, right, hip directly over the foot, over the foot. Alright, if you're directly over your foot here, You can't go down much more than this. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. You have to be behind the hip. And now you can start, no, right, okay? So think about, let's imagine that you have no muscles, it's just bone, right? If you take the skeleton and you bend the knee, right? Here's your hip, here's your foot, bend the knee. It sets here, not here. Your hip sits down back here. You can't sit here. It has to be here. That skill takes the ability to open up the hip and suspend through the body. Now, I've said this before, that if you're 3 or 4 years old, you can do this without much trouble. 5 or 6-year-olds up to 9 or 10-year-olds, not too much trouble at all. If you are living in any one of dozens of countries in Asia, and I know Asia, I don't know other places, but if you're living in Asia, this is something that everybody does. This is not something that this idea of going up and down that I'm talking about. It's, yeah, okay, everybody does this. What's the big deal? Why are you talking about it? Because I don't, right? I don't do that normally. I learned how to do it years ago. That just, I'm here and I'm going to go straight down. Yeah, I'm a little rusty. As working on it, that's why we're working on it. And that sense of persistence, that I'm almost there, I'm really almost there. That sense of persistence, we'll get there maybe today. That persistence that I keep trying is one of the things, it's one of the skills that my practice has given me. Keep trying. Do it again. See what you get this time. Right? That coming back and trying again is more important than whatever it is that we're doing. I know. Practice. Feet back, shoulder width apart. Coiling Snake. Pull up through the crown of the head. Relax the breath, relax the body. And breathe in. And breathe out. Turn to the left. Left toes turn out. And twist. Suspend the body. Try to stay straight. Keep the back straight. Turn through the waist. Turn through the hip. Pay attention to the connection between the hip and the sustaining leg. Stay centered. And breathe in, right side. Come on up. Left side. Center. Pull up and in. Hold as you turn. Don't collapse the turning leg. Hold on to it. You want it to work. We're going to do this again in a minute. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. Last time, breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands down on both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, we have in this move this idea of keeping the spine straight, and it does go all the way up and down. I'm not quite there yet. I'm going to do it, but I'm going to use my hands to get all the way down. And that's something that I have to work on. We've been working on this in Dragon Sword a little bit. So as I start here, both legs parallel, this foot turns out, this foot comes in behind, right? So, or this leg comes in behind. So I'm twisting, Coiling Snake, right? I'm twisting this in. Keeping the hip open enough that you've got the ability to go all the way up and down is one of the things that we have to pay attention to. The strength to do it is another. All right, so yeah, I'm doing this. Plant to heel, and I'm only going to get so far, and then I'm going to lean over and use my hands to get the rest of the way. I'm going to go this way. All right. So I'm going this way. Here's where I want to end up with the idea that I can't do it right now, that I could move from this position to uncoil back to a standing position without using my hands. Okay, so how close am I, right? Here, feet parallel. I'm going to turn. About that much further. What do I have to do to hold that? That's what we're working on this morning. That hold comes through the spine, pulling up. We're going to do this again. That hold comes from pulling up underneath, pushing into the spine, and pulling up. Everything pulls up. You grab a hold of the pelvic floor and pull it up. Grab a hold of both hips, pull them up. The leg has to be able to open and turn in the hip in order to get down that far, and the coiling leg, the leg that's tucking underneath, has to be able to turn in the hip. All right, that's not me turning my foot. That's me turning the leg in the hip. That's just the leg. All right, that has to happen. so that the leg can tuck under. Pay attention as we go down to leaving enough space that you could go down further. Okay? Keep the hip open. 3 times. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Pull in through the center. Pull the hips up. Pull up through the pelvic floor and breathe in. And breathe out. On the left, breathe in. And twist. Keep the hip open. And come up. Don't stick the hip out. You've got to keep it in and open. Pull up. Turn. Come on up. Pull up. Turn. And come up. Make sure your heel is set on the sustaining leg. And last time, turn. Come up. Breathe in. And breathe out. Center. Breathe out. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. All right. That sense of being centered. I'm going down on the right foot here. Here. Notice that I sat back. Can't do that. It's falling. Yeah. Can't do that. Right? So where do I have to be? How can I get there? Because it does go all the way down. But I can't fall into it. I have to move into it. Missing some strength in that last little piece, right? So, yes. Yeah, not quite. Not quite. Not quite. Close. That next segment takes a lot of strength through the lower abdomen, across and up. It also takes a lot of holding strength through the legs. Something to work on. I will be back next week. We're working on Dragon Sword Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday, basic sets, Wudang Qigong. Friday, advanced sets again. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.